My name's Erica and I'm an RVT at EHS. I started working at EHS as a casual May of last year, and I started full-time as a tech in September. What attracted me to working at EHS was I have done quite a bit of work volunteering for different shelters over my life. And when I became a tech, or rather the reason I went to school to be a tech was to work in shelter medicine specifically. And EHS was the big shelter of Edmonton that I wanted to work at and be involved with, so yeah. My typical day as a tech here involves one of two things. So there's a surgical rotation where we spend the whole day spaying, neutering animals, doing surgeries and procedures that need to be done for animals to be able to go out and get adopted. The other rotation is in the shelter, so we do things like giving medications, giving animals different treatments that they need, so vaccines, x-rays, blood work, anything like that. And then we also go through and there's a list of, they're called reminders, that anyone in the shelter can put in as if they're having concerns about an animal. So we'll get a request saying an animal is limping, and we'll go check that and kind of go through the list. So it depends on what your role is where you are. But yeah, it's typically a surgical rotation or a shelter rotation. My favorite part of my job is witnessing some of the animals that come in that are absolutely terrified, really stressed out, really scared, and seeing their progress of beginning to trust people more, getting used to people, and then seeing them adopted out as this whole new animal is the most satisfying thing ever. The most memorable animal story, there's been a few. The one that stands out the most to me was this sweet cat that we had named Pudding, who lived in our vet's office, or was a foster cat in our vet's office. And she had this wound on her neck that was having a hard time healing, and we gave her medication every day, and we changed her bandage all the time. We were very involved, very hands-on with this cat. And we were worried because it wasn't healing for a really long period of time, but then she came around and she got adopted out, and she was the sweetest cat ever. She would snuggle on your lap and purr, and she would always take her meds really well, just in a meatball, and yeah, she was a really sweet cat. Yeah, my pets, I have two dogs. They are both from Bali, actually. I did some work at a shelter in Bali, and they were two of my foster dogs that I brought home with me. Yeah, they're super sweet, like 5-6 years old. They definitely have street dog sort of trauma, fear. They don't trust people that easily, but they've really come around, and yeah, they're really sweet dogs. Just the two of them, that's it. If I wasn't an RVT at EHS, I think I would do some sort of potentially kinesiology or massage therapy or something like that. Or I would run away and join the circus, one or the other. I do partner acrobatics and a lot of movement sort of stuff, gymnastics. I coach gymnastics and partner acrobatics and do some parkour and some pole and lots of fun movement sort of things. I think I want people to know that just how much heart people here at EHS have and how committed we are to the health and wellness of our animals. And I know for the medical department specifically, we use a lot of fear-free, hands-off practices. So for example, if we're taking a blood draw, we'll use a food distraction and then, poke the vein while the animal is distracted and not paying attention. And we're like very hands-off, very work with the animal, very low stress. And I love that about working here. I really appreciate people's openness to that and to contributing to the animal's stay being as minimal as possible, because we're reducing the amount of stress that they're going through in the shelter. So yeah, I really appreciate that about working